here for this celebration, acknowledge, and recognition of not only Nick's academic accomplishments, but his impact on those with disabilities and others in his life. So we appreciate you being here so much, and this is a great opportunity to do these very things. This particular kind of event is usually inclusive of some very important folks that I'm glad that are here with us today. And just to my left, we have our president, Clif, who is always an integral part of conferring of degrees and celebration of a student accomplishment, followed by our provost, Einhellig, who is always up on stage, front and center, being a part of that. We also have with us Dean David Hough, who's the Dean of the College of Education. That's the college in which Nick's degree is from in the area of special education. And David will be making some remarks. And finally, we have Dr. Julie Masterson, who's the Dean of the Graduate School. And Julie will also be playing a part this morning in the celebration of Nick's accomplishments. Before I turn it over to Dean Hough, I did want to say a couple things. You know, the way we learn about our students and what they do in life primarily comes through our faculty. And I did want to acknowledge Dr. Paris DePay for her kindness, her dedication to students, for her networking with the family. So Paris, we appreciate your efforts to make us aware of opportunities that we have to acknowledge students. This is a great set of family and friends that Nick has with us today. Turns out I worked with Mary Kay, right, back in the day? Yeah, way back in the day. Those days seem to roll on, right?
Yes.
And my old principal from Delaware Schools over there, the old principal. So
She's giving you the
well, I don't have to look at it, so I'm okay with it. But anyway, I think the signal is, or the message is that all of us as educators and friends knew what Nick was about. My area was special education. I was very attentive on the kinds of things that he did in the community and his impact. So again, from all of us at Missouri State, we want to know how proud we are to have you with us today. And I'd like to now turn it over to my friend and colleague, the Dean of the College of Education, Dr. David Hough.
Thanks, Chris. And if Mason starts squawking, that's okay. We'll just continue.
We've got him signed up.
Over the last 3 days, the administrators from Missouri's 518 public schools have been meeting, and it concluded yesterday afternoon with the State Board of Education meeting jointly with the Coordinating Board for Higher Education. And their number one topic was recruiting good people into education. And I sat there and I just thought of Nick. There's the role model. There's the kind of person we want to recruit in the future. And then they went on to talk about after they earn a degree and graduate, we should follow them and find out how they're doing on the job. And Paris, I thought of you, Marisha, James, Julie, everybody, our colleagues here at the university, who do that with their students. And Nick was an example of that too. He stayed connected and he came back and worked on this degree. I could go on, but I just sat there for 2 hours listening to this, and I just thought of Nick the whole time. So for me, going forward, this is going to be a marker. It just is. It couldn't, the timing was like, sometimes things just happen, and that's what happened. And so, really, my role here today is to just say that I reviewed Nick's work, and he earned the degree, so we're not here doing anything really special in that regard. We're just here conferring a degree that he earned. A good person who had a tremendous impact on a number of people, and we're all here to recognize that. So I'm just privileged to be here. I was privileged to be in this position. I was lucky to be sitting in that meeting yesterday listening to all that and thinking of Nick. And so Provost Einhellig, I'll turn it over to you to work with President Smart to confer the degree.
President Smart, inasmuch as Nick Hostler completed the coursework for his master's degree in special education, and he did so in exemplary fashion, Now with the authorization and support of the graduate faculty, at this time I recommend him for the posthumous conferring of that degree. As we have noted, his family and numerous members of his family are here to receive the diploma and the traditional hood for the master's degree in education.
By the authority of the state of Missouri vested in the Board of Governors and delegated to me, I now confer upon Nick Hostler the master's degree and testify that he has surmounted the first level of graduate studies. Dr. Einhellig will now present the diploma.
Congratulations. For all your family. And Dr. Masterson will provide you with the hood and explain a couple of points.
So this hood is what you get that's special when you finish with a graduate degree. And this goes over the gown. And what the colors mean is this pretty blue color means that Nick's degree is in the education field. And very special, this maroon and white means that he's ours. And he got it from Missouri State. So we are so proud of him. Also, as someone who's done work, I'm a speech pathologist, so when I read about Nick's work, I was particularly impressed with the way that he's helped our students with disabilities, and I appreciate that. So, thank you. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. Thank you.
You know, when I read that and confer the degrees to last year we did it to 5,180 times in terms of the credentials that came out. The last thing I usually say to our graduating students is, I wish you every success as you serve humanity by your accomplishments. And you know, as I read about Nick had already been doing that. Nick had been doing that for the bulk of his life. We like to think at the university when people go to college, a part of what we talk about is our public affairs mission, how they can be engaged in their communities, how they can be ethical leaders. Nick already had that. Nick was making a tremendous difference in the lives of students every single day. And people know that. My wife called right before I came in and I told her what I was going to do. And she said, oh, I know Nick, I read about his story. And so we're so pleased to be able to do this today. We're more pleased that Nick's associated with us because while I didn't know him, apparently was just a tremendous man.
Well, you know somebody who does.
Yeah, I do. And so again, we, you know, we'll never lose that. Just want to, you know, for Nathan and Neil and your family going forward, we'll all continue to remember and think about and talk about the stories and the way Nick impacted people. I meet with all of our new employees, and one of the things I always tell them is, as you interact with people every day, you'll make their life a little better or a little worse every single time. And I encourage them to work hard in those interactions to make people's lives better, whether they deserve it or not. I think Nick exemplifies that. And so again, we're pleased to do this today, and just know that we're thinking about you and your loss, and as you go forward, and we'll always remember the kind of student and man your son was.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for being here.
Yes, thank you. And we know he loved MSU. So
Thank you so
spread
much
that word.
for allowing us this opportunity.
Thank you very much.
I want to acknowledge Julie Masterson is the Dean of
Yes.
the College Dean of the Graduate College. And James Satterfield, Dr. Satterfield is the Department Head of Counseling, Leadership, and Special Ed. And this is Dr. Risha Adamson, who is Nick's advisor.
Yes, and thank you very much for all of you who kind of pushed him along on your end. Thank you so much. Because I know he was very, very proud, always proud to be a bear, always. Thank you. And thank you to all of his friends and co-workers. Thank you. And this guy back here who just got to retire. Ooh, for Doug. Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you, thank you.